Hello, my name is Ann Brock. I work with RightStar Systems. RightStar is one of BMC's premium partners. Among the many products from BMC that we help customers with, one of them is Remedyforce. And today what we're going to do is walk through what's new in Remedyforce Winter 2018. And I'm not going to hit everything that's new in Remedyforce Winter 2018, but I'm going to hit the things that are my favorites. So here's a highlight of what we're going to be looking at. Discovery and CMDB, start seeing what's new around there. Talk about the Salesforce Lightning experience. Also hit on some of the new things in self-service. And finally, the absolutely coolest thing, in my opinion, is we're going to look at the page layout. Basically being able to do different page layouts for different kinds of tickets, incident tickets in particular. By Discovery, we're talking about BMC Discovery. Some of you may know it as ADDM, Atrium Discovery and Dependency Mapping. ADDM, or BMC Discovery, currently has an integration into Remedyforce through the Pentaho Kettle application. What's new is BMC has created an integration, more like the one with BMC's client management, where if you're doing that agentless discovery, it's actually done through web services rather than being done through Pentaho. As part of this, they've also expanded the classes and the relationships that are supported. So much easier to get that relationship mapping into your application, into Remedyforce, so you have that in the application to do things like impact analysis and things like that. So if you are looking at BMC Discovery, just know the integration is getting a lot tighter. Now, Remedyforce is all ready for this. We're waiting for the next release of Discovery to have it completely done. That should be in the next month. That's a future statement. Don't hold me to it, but it's coming very soon. So again, if you are looking at Discovery with Remedyforce, if you've looked at it in the past, that integration is getting even better. Okay, next let's talk about the CMDB enhancements. And mainly I want to focus on the mass update capability. There are some other things you can see on this particular page. You can hide and show inactive CIs, and you can do list view customization, but I think the mass update is what's most interesting to people. So if I go over under my CMDB tab, I can see here, if I want to go ahead and edit my items, and being able to edit in kind of a table view, Excel type view has been available for a while, but now I can select multiple instances, and I can set them all at the same time. Let me go ahead and put in notes, more notes. Okay, and it's going to get applied to all the checked assets when I go ahead and save this. So that's a really nice tool for being able to go ahead and edit CMDB items quickly. And now when I hit that save button over on the left, it's saving it and putting that more notes into that notes field. So I think that's going to be really handy for those of you that are doing a lot of work with your CMDB and needing to do a lot of editing. That's one main thing I wanted to point out around the CMDB changes. Okay. Self-service. So this is talking about Self-Service 3.0, and there's been a few changes here as well. One of the ones I like best has to do with just better use of the space on this particular page. So now I have a lot more knowledge articles that I can see here, a lot more of the common service requests. If you remember, prior to Winter 2018, there were, I don't know, maybe 10 of each or 6 of each visible, and so a lot of white space was lacking or wasn't used. You have a lot of extra white space. Other kinds of things you can do here, if you click on self-help articles, now the ability to look at them by category, and that's been new. So I can go ahead and click down and see if I'm looking maybe on knowledge articles around one particular service or something like that, I could go ahead and look at that category and review them all. So that's a pretty cool feature in the new self-service as well. A couple other things I want to mention out here, just very quickly. Let's say I do bring up a particular knowledge article. I can go ahead and make it full screen as well if I want to look at the full screen of it, rather than just having to see it in the more limited framework. So that's also available as part of Self-Service 3.0 now, is being able to see the knowledge articles full screen. We'll do that when I actually have some text in here, so you can see what happens, and that's how you can see that. Finally, View My Assets has been available on the mobile client. It's now available in the web client as well. And as you can see from here, I can actually submit a ticket against a particular asset. So I can go ahead and it's broken. Just click on that under that asset, get it submitted, and get that through to the back end. So that's a pretty nice feature of self-service as well. We all loved my assets when it showed up on the mobile device, but now we're happy to have it on the web client as well. Okay, I think those are the main things I wanted to show you on the self-service, and now we can go ahead and go to the back end. Okay, here on the back end, I'm looking at that ticket we just put in where I said it was broken. The main reason I wanted to come here is I'm going to click on Service Configuration and Item Detail and just show you that configuration item got put into the configuration item field. So I put in a ticket against this particular asset in my assets, and so it's attached to the ticket automatically. Very cool. Now I realize I don't actually have a slide for this, but I want to talk about the Lightning experience. Remedyforce has been working pretty well in Lightning for a while, but this version is officially, signed on the dotted line. I don't know how you want to phrase it, but it has been certified that all the pieces are working in the Lightning interface. Those of you that aren't using other Salesforce apps may not really have heard about Lightning, but basically Lightning is a different kind of interface. So I'm here on my Remedy Dashboards tab. You can see the tabs across the top are a little bit different fonts. Instead of the plus sign on the right, I've got a box of dots over here where I can go ahead and switch context or find tabs and do things over there. So Remedyforce does work in Lightning. You can absolutely switch to Lightning now. You can make Lightning dynamic, where people can choose to be in classic mode or in Lightning mode. Just a few things I want to mention particularly that I found as I've started working with Lightning. Reporting is a little bit different, and so I had to get a little bit used to that. If I come in here and I'm looking at my report and go into Edit It, at this point it's looking pretty straightforward. There isn't too much more going on here. But let's say I modify this report a little. I want to do it by category, and some of you may have seen this example in the past. I want to do it by open date. Let's go ahead and remove priority and remove it here. And notice there's not a chart tab here, right? So there's no tab here to say add a chart. So when I go ahead and run the report, I'm going to go ahead and get the ability to look at a chart that Salesforce decided to put on here. I think there are ways to edit it. I'm just still getting used to Lightning reporting. So I would tend to do reporting, I think, in the classic interface still, just because I haven't quite figured out everything I want to do to edit it. Here's where you've got the ability to choose different types of charts, different kinds of things you can do. There's the x-axis is record count. So there's some things you can do out here. Like I said, I'm just not very familiar with it, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. And I showed them my open date by month. That's why this chart looks a little funky, because I didn't actually narrow that down to be by month. So again, just something to be aware of. Play with it, see what's going on, and see if you like it or not. And again, I do want to remove that priority. It's remove group. Go ahead and run that report. And again, we'll see the chart looking a little bit better this time because I have it by month and not by day. So that's one of the things to get used to in Lightning, is that things are a little bit different in the reporting area. The other thing I do want to mention is this is a Lightning thing, not a Remedyforce thing. But you notice I don't have those print actions here. And Lightning so far, you can't print to a PDF. So just know that if you do move it into Lightning, that those print options are gone from this particular drop-down menu. I wanted to mention that. The other thing I wanted to mention is Lightning is not available in Internet Explorer 11. So if you log into IE 11, it automatically will switch you to the classic interface. So here I am in IE 11, and I'm in the classic interface. It will do that automatically. You don't have to switch yourself, but you'll notice here I don't have the option to switch back to Lightning. It is just not supported in IE 11. Another thing that is not supported yet in Lightning are field sets. And we're going to talk about that in the next place we're going. So I have it open here in IE 11 as a classic, so we can talk about field sets, because that's the next thing I'm going to hit. But again, we are supported under Lightning. Lightning has some different factors or some things that may cause you to decide you're not ready to go to Lightning yet. But if your Salesforce org in general is going to Lightning, you absolutely can run Remedyforce under Lightning as well. Okay, so what did I want to go to next? I wanted to talk about the flexible page layouts. And this to me is the absolute coolest thing in this particular release. Other people have other preferences, but this is my vote for the neatest thing yet. what does this look like? So I'm on this ticket, and I'm actually on a none right now. I could say the incident console default layout. This is pretty much standard out of the box. You got all these field sets we're talking about over here, all this stuff that we've got set up in the standard incident layout. Pretty long, right? But you can set up different kinds of page layouts, which you've been able to do for a while. What's different with Winter 2018 is it's no longer controlled just by your profile. Well, your profile controls what you can see, but your profile can see multiple layouts. So I can switch this to my team layout, and we're going to have a team field set, and we're going to have fewer other fields. So I've got a simpler layout here. I was doing this for a tax assessor group, so I have a couple fields here specific to them, and I can switch back and forth between views. If I go to the human resources page layout, then again, I see some date and time details, and I see the console HR. I see some different sets of fields. Before, if my HR profile could have seen my HR layout, my team profile could have seen my team layout, but I didn't have the ability to switch a ticket among layouts, or when I'm doing a new ticket, to be able to pick the layout I want. That is controlled over in Remedyforce Administration, Application Settings, Consoles, which I have open here, and here's where you can go ahead and set that thing up. So I've got here my 3 possible layouts. I'm looking at my Service Desk Administrator. I have access to all 3 of the layouts, although this one is my default layout. If I go to my CRM group, they only have access, my CRM profile, I should say, they only have access to the team layout. So they're set up like the old way. When they log in, they're going to see the team layout view, and they don't have the ability to switch it to any other particular layout. Now, I could, of course, give them more layouts if I wanted to. That is controlled by profile, which layouts they see, but now they can see more than one layout if I choose to allow them to. The other part about this has to do with categories and templates. I'm sure many of you have set up sharing rules so that your HR people can only see HR categories. And your team layout people, if you had a team layout, can only see team layout categories, right? But now you can do it through the consoles menu, where you can say which categories are going to be visible when you're on the team layout setup. So now you don't have to worry about doing sharing rules. You just say which categories the team layout is going to be able to see. So again, if I come in here, right now I'm on my incident console default one. If I look at my categories, I see a whole lot of categories because I have a lot of categories. I've left all the categories in my incident layout. But if I go ahead and switch to my team layout, let's go ahead and save that. I don't think I needed to, but I just did that. And I go to my category field. Now I'm going to see a more limited set of categories. Didn't have to do sharing rules. It's based on the layout. Similar functionality is available for templates as well. So now that's all configuration. We're not talking sharing rules. Much easier to set up. So that I really like about Winter 2018 is both the power and the ease of use. It is only available on incidents. Service requests don't deal with layouts because, of course, they have all their questions. It has not been done for changes or tasks yet. I'm not sure where BMC is going on that. I certainly hope they expand this, but it is available on incidents. This is a big win on Winter 2018. So those are my comments on what's available for Winter 18. Thank you for watching this webinar. If you want any help configuring your Remedyforce org when you move to Winter 2018, absolutely contact RightStar. We have a great team of consultants on staff, happy to help you out and get that set up. Or if you're just thinking you need to revamp your Remedyforce org, or you're new and you're thinking about getting onto it, contact us. We'd love to talk with you. Thank you so much for your time.